Alright, so I'm going to make one more YouTube video. And this video is going to be called Doing the Bare Minimum. And why it's okay to sometimes just do the bare minimum. Now, this is something I don't really fully agree with. Because, do you ever go to a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, and you can tell that the employees are just doing the bare minimum? Like, the bare minimum. Like, when you get your food, it takes like 20, 30 minutes for the food to come out sometimes. And once you finally get that food that you've been waiting so long to get, it's just cold and stale. And it was obviously food that wasn't made just like 20 minutes ago. It was food that was probably made 2 or 6 hours ago, and they just left it in the warmer. And they're just barely giving it to you. That is so frustrating and annoying. So there's that negative side of the bare minimum, but I'm trying to stay on the positive. And to me, the positive side of doing the bare minimum is, if there's something that you want to do, but you find it to be daunting and challenging, you just have to start doing it. And you don't have to go all crazy and ambitious, because then you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're probably going to call it quits. I've done that many of times. But when it comes to doing the bare minimum, you start doing things that are a little bit more challenging. And the more easier things get. So you start doing things simply. And then when that thing gets a little efficient, you start challenging yourself. And the things that became challenging aren't challenging anymore. They're easier. And then it pushes you to want to do more challenging and more ambitious things. I hope you know what I mean. It's basically simply it's basically like working out. You want to go to the gym and you want to look like, I don't know, Brad Pitt in Fight Club. You know, you can't just go to the gym in day one and do all these. You can't lift like the barbell with, I don't know, 200 whatever on each side. You're probably going to injure or kill yourself doing that. But if you start with just the barbell, which might be challenging at first, it is the bare minimum. It's challenging at first, right? But then you start getting used to it. Then you put more weight on. And that's how I feel when I'm making this YouTube channel. All the videos I've been making, it's just me starting off with the barbell. And as I get more better at this, I'm going to start putting weights on this YouTube channel. And other YouTube channels. You know, that's kind of like a comparison I think I got from like Jordan Peterson. Very controversial figure. I don't agree with everything Jordan Peterson says at all, but there are some things that he has said that I do agree with when it comes to at least the self-help of, being an adult. That's an analogy of the whole weightlifting I got from Jordan B. Peterson. But also it's very much like running. So I'm a person that has gone off and on running over the past few years. But the reason why I always burn myself out is because I started running very small, 3 miles. It takes me like probably right now 45 minutes to run 3 miles. 5 years ago, running 3 miles was quite easy. So it got so easy that I started running 5 miles, and then that got easier, and then I started running faster. Basically, the more easier running became for me, the more faster I could run. So, but it all took baby steps. Most people, sometimes I try to start running again and I go super, super fast and I burn myself out. I can't even finish half a mile. So that's why at the end of the day, when it comes to starting something that is daunting and challenging, it is okay to start simply by just doing the bare minimum. As long as you're doing something consistently, it doesn't matter if you're not doing it right or if you're not getting any progress or it doesn't feel like you're getting any progress, because anytime you're doing something and you do it over and over and over again, you're getting some sort of benefit out of it, even if you don't see it or realize it. And that's something I truly believe, and that's something I really wish I did not realize right now. I wish I realized this maybe like 5-10 years ago. But it's hard. It's daunting. I've always wanted to make this YouTube channel, but it took me forever. Because I want to go all challenging and ambitious. Just do the bare minimum. Just do the bare minimum. And this doesn't come to just exercising or YouTube. It comes from anything that you can think of. Going to college. Want to become an astronaut, want to become a filmmaker, a screenwriter. That's what I want to be at the end of the day. Just start with the bare minimum. If you want to be a filmmaker, like me, I'm talking to you filmmakers now, just start with the bare minimum. Start with a shitty camera or an iPhone, because iPhones are getting so good now. I bet you like the newest iPhone 16, you can get the same quality that you're getting out of this camera right here. But yeah, just make a movie at the bare minimum. It doesn't matter if it's a crappy movie or if you a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if it's a crap video. Just start with the bare minimum. Because there are some, not everyone, but do you ever see some people that they go all out on something and it's not even that good? Why are you gonna go all out? If you're a person who's just starting out and you want to go all out, it's not gonna be the thing you want it to be. I'm going all vague here and I'm getting a little bit rambly, but the theme of this video is doing the bare minimum. And yes, there's negativities to doing the bare minimum. You see people do the bare minimum all the time. I do the bare minimum all the time. But there is a positive. It's a great stepping stone of starting. You just simply gotta do what you gotta do. And just hopefully you land on a nice soft cloud. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to fall on, concrete and just break your legs. This is getting very cynical. I'm trying not to be cynical. I don't know, that's all I got to say. That's really all I got to say. How long have I been talking now? Oh, shit. I've been talking for quite some time. But yeah, it's probably best to end the video here. I'm trying to make longer videos right now. I'm trying to make videos that are at least like 10. I think the longest video I've made is like 8-10 minutes. But I want to make more of these 10 to 12 minute videos because it seems like on YouTube, the goal is to make the longest video possible. I don't really get that. But that's at least what it works like on YouTube. I don't know, YouTube is so confusing. We live in this world where it's like, all right, there's YouTube content and they say make these 10 to 12 minute long videos or 20 minute long videos. But everyone has a short attention span now, and we live in the TikTok world where everything is all shorts, YouTube shorts, Instagram shorts, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm talking about something else that has nothing to do with this video. But even then, look at TikTok. TikTok is a good example. There are people that probably could do so much on YouTube. Like, say you want to be a movie critic. To be a movie critic, you kind of need this setup, right? But so many of the modern influencers, they blew up on TikTok by just talking on their phone about movies. Kind of the bare minimum, right? So many people online have blown up by just doing the bare minimum. And I'm not saying if you do the bare minimum, you're going to blow up, become this big, successful, famous billionaire. But it's just a way to start. Just do something. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll end up right where you want. Or not, but it's better to try and fail than to not do anything at all. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for watching. More videos will be coming out very soon.